least developed tree we have. It's a white mulberry. I dug it up out of my yard. Mm-hmm. It was growing up against the fence. Right now I'm just trying to rot this out so I can kind of chisel this out and
round that off.
Yeah, round that off.
Yeah.
I got this one up here that.
Yeah, those are going to connect.
Yeah. So front, I'm thinking, is probably right around there for you. Probably over here.
Okay.
So about like that. It just got repotted this year.
Look at this too.
Yeah.
So you got a nice root system from there. This works. You're going to need to pop branches out here. This side over here is going to. You get a branch like this popping there, don't take it off.
Yeah.
Because otherwise,
the only ones that I took off were anything that were growing down here.
Right. They multi-sprout.
I mean,
So you know that.
Yeah.
So the one thing I would say to do with this now, as it's young and all that, is really wash the trunk, toothbrush and mild soapy alcohol, rubbing alcohol, and just wash it, clean it off good, and then foliar fertilize the trunk. And so you want to prompt branches popping out, be nice, things like that. These get, what I like about them is their leaves really reduce down.
Yeah. That's actually what made me dig it up. I saw that it was growing right through the fence. And I mean, it had some leaves that were like that big, but then below that I saw leaves like this. And I was like,
oh yeah.
I mean, I could do something with that. So I dug this one up last year, cut the roots back this year because I needed the pot that it was in for that wisteria, and was able to get it shrunk back to this.
So you're gonna sometimes going slow, you get there faster. And so when did you dig this?
Last year. I would have been early spring or late winter last year.
So what the point I was getting at is basically, don't start building your branches and all that right now. I would let it really grow. I might pull some exterior leaves off, kind of defoliation every so often, but the stronger you make it, then when you cut back limb wise, it's gonna give you more energy. So should
I take off these berries? Probably.
Always flowers and fruit, or
especially especially in development. Get rid of them.
That is incredible that it's producing at this point. So some of that can be stress related, but I'm going to say, if you see another one of these, dig it.
I've got 3 of them. I've got this one. I've got one that's just a single stem that I took one branch off of. So that the only thing that's on it is one branch, and I twisted it around. It's
how big's the flowers on this?
I haven't noticed them, so not that big. I've also got a big tree. It's sitting in a box that's probably 4 foot by 4 foot. I'm planning on doing some air layers on that one this year too.
Yeah.
I mean, it is really, it leafed out a lot last year, and I'm planning on doing air layers just to get some good. I mean, all of them thicker than that, each of the chunks on it. So I figured I get like 2 or 3 trees out of it and then chunk the rest of it, because the way it grew was not really well. They're all 3 branches are in a row, but the middle one is kind of a twisted. It's 2 branches that twisted around each other. So I mean, I guess I could just air layer the 2 outer trunks off and keep that
or
one in the
vice
middle.
versa, you know.
Or yeah,
Take the,
they haven't quite fused together yet, but they are twisted.
So with the air layer, the one thing is definitely go deep enough on your outside cut first, where you're peeling, getting
Yeah.
the cambium off. Make sure you do that. And Ryan Neal, growing up, we just did it with wire. We didn't do that cut. You just did it with wire.
Yeah, you just
But now doing both of them, you actually you don't get the jump where they can, like a trident can jump and fill the thing in. You don't get it with a wire, the tourniquet method. I like this, but this is going to be easy to take out and
Yeah.
add to that. I have no trouble with big scars, and that could be the front of your tree as far as
Yeah.
I'm concerned. So don't talk yourself out of that. I would also recommend, this isn't that bad, but when you make a cut like this, put a screw in it and pull your apex up against that screw. Get the apex going up straight at first, because this is straight. Get it going straight.
Yeah.
Then it looks more like an apex as opposed to a branch popping out.
So I mean, right now this is probably going to wind up being the apex.
Yeah, but it's deciduous. Deciduous apexes are
okay.
almost broom style. So, you like these?
I really like those pond baskets.
Yeah.
I mean, they're pretty cheap. I got how many was it? 24 of them for like $30. And these are nice because they've got the smaller holes. Some of the pond baskets, like the one that I've got that procumbens in over there, it's got a lot larger holes in it. And it's just these. I like these a lot better.
So, questions on this?
No. I mean, like as it goes, like, am I kind of doing it right? I mean, make big cut here, and
you did everything pretty much correct. I would go ahead and start once this. I would go a year or two, but I generally don't work on anything for the first 2 years.
Oops.
I let it get the roots. This is done good.
Yeah.
So but this cut here, go ahead and refine that, since this is going to be your apex. And it's good that's got a little bit too. Go ahead and clean that off. And
yeah, that one was cut off this when I repotted, so it would have been this spring.
When I'm making a cut like that up at the top, I don't do the angle cut because it's never going to pop out where you want it.
Well, I'd cut above this one because this is last year's growth.
Yeah.
So
but just do a flat cut.
Okay.
Don't.
Yeah.
Then you can. It did right. Don't get me wrong, but if you did this angle cut and the only place it popped out there, a mistake has been made, sort of. But this is nice. This is, once you start building your branches and everything, you're there.
Okay. Well,
what is this? Sphagnum moss.
Sphagnum moss.
Yeah.
Just packed it. Drilled out a couple of holes. Threw some sphagnum down in there to keep it damp.
Yeah.
Make it rot faster.
Well, and it has a beneficial fungicide in it too. So, well, it's popping out everywhere.
Yeah, this thing is.
Let it pop. I mean, when you've got branches, say these two, you could go ahead and know that you're gonna work with this one over that one. And so, if they're on top of each other, I would pick the best one out. But try not to start designing the tree too much.
Yeah.
I mean, from over here, the root system is the widest.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wide doesn't always, but it's pretty also.
Yeah.
And then over here, nothing wrong. It's best to have two fronts opposite each
Yeah.
other. Then when you turn
This
your
one
tree,
almost has 3 because it's almost like
yeah,
fairly
the
triangular,
best tree is going to have,
multiple fronts. Yeah.
yeah. Well, I mean, the best tree, you can't tell what the front is.
Yeah.
So, very nice, very healthy. That's just growing in sandy.
Oh yeah, it's
soil.
just yeah, it's I used the same soil that I dug it out of and added a little bit of decomposed cow manure or decomposed cow manure. And yeah, I mean, my yard right now is like just super sandy, like super sandy.
Yeah.
So hopefully it'll be okay it'll be pretty good. I've got 13 trees in the ground right now. We got 7 dawn redwoods, 2 smoke trees. One of them's an American smoke tree. One's a purple smoke tree. Uh, red Japanese maple, a trident maple, crepe myrtle, and shimpaku.
Well, if you're going to pick your soil types, your base, sand is the way to
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I got my whole lawn. I was expecting red clay hit red clay somewhere, and when I was digging this tree up, I was like 3.5, 4 feet down, and
God,
it's still just sandy. I have no idea why.
well,
I mean, like if you go like 3 or 4 streets over, red clay mud in everybody's front yard, and my just real nice.
Yeah, probably you got all the sand washing from everybody
Yeah.
else's.
Yeah.
Well, that's great. The only thing to say is, you're not gonna need things like this.
Yeah.
The only reason to keep any of these low ones is to heal.
Yeah. These were for healing. This is actually in the last week and a half since
On the way down.
Almost. I mean, I hadn't looked at it because it sits on my bench looking at it like that.
Yeah.
Last time I had it off the bench and did some trimming was last weekend. So that is from this past week.
What are you fertilizing this with? I don't see your things.
It's the same I'm not putting in the baskets. Just most of my trees are getting.
The thing with just doing that is that it breaks your soil. It takes the air out of your soil. It slowly just constipates, and so
okay, order more baskets
or those tea bags.
Tea bags.
Yeah, you put more fertilizer. Best time to fertilize, the most time of necessity is fall. I mean, go heavy in the fall. And then spring, I really let it go through a lot of the growth stage without adding fertilizer to it, because then I shorten the internode lengths and stuff naturally. And so then you fertilize. It's a sweet tree. I mean, awesome. Charlie's right. Your choices. You should feel good about this guy.
Okay. That's crazy for a tree I just dug out of my yard.